Welcome to the TheBubbaArmy YouTube channel. Lummy, I should have scheduled like a back in the day reminiscing kind of deal with my friends that are currently visiting
like with an after show too.
Oh yeah,
uncensored.
The things that they've seen.
Even the couple stories they just were talking about.
Oh. Flounder's in the studio. Flounder, I haven't seen you since I think literally the day they threw you out of Gandy.
Yeah, that was like 20-something years ago. Back in 98.
I think I'd already been fired. Hadn't I? I'd already been fired, and I think you
were
still
over at 98. I kind of went over there a little bit.
98.7? Or was that 98 Rock?
98 Rock.
What was it, 2002?
That was like 98, 99 you went over there.
I know, but when did
96.
when did you leave?
Well, there was a bidding war, and he
There's
gave
a
me
bidding war?
three different offers, and each one kept getting lower. Finally, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to stick with Eric and be his assistant.
And then Eric Chase is here, and I heard Eric Chase is like a big slinging deal. Like Eric makes more money than all of us times 1,000. I heard he's the man, and he stayed here locally the entire time.
I don't work locally.
What's that?
Am I not on here?
No, you're on, buddy.
Yeah, we heard you.
I don't work locally. I work,
globally.
It's a syndicated kind of thing.
Globally.
So it's like I have no contact with any.
You sound
with
like
any human beings. I don't have any contact with anyone.
Shh. I'm just going to tell everybody this. I got Dan Patrick in here. That's who Eric Chase sounds like is Dan Patrick, does he not?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he does.
Are you guys having a problem?
Lummy's helping him.
Yeah, our stuff looks good, but it's all piecemeal together.
I worked with Dan Patrick's brother. I actually watched the Bucks Super Bowl when they were in Miami.
You don't think Eric Chase sounds just like Dan Patrick? I think he does.
Oh, he does. He does have that delivery like him.
Now, Eric, how long you've had your house? You left the Gandy building relatively soon and started doing all your stuff from home. Like I think before even I left there.
Oh, it was something like 2003, 2004. I was probably out of there for good.
If you don't look at him, Bubba, he does sound like
Dan
Dan Patrick.
I feel like I got Dan Park. I was like, man, what do you think about the? I got goosebumps. I think I got Dan Patrick in here.
Wow, I don't even have to try.
No, you don't. God, Eric, I know you make like $10 million doing voiceovers, but can we?
I don't do any voiceover at all anymore. I got out of that.
You don't do anything.
Well, I do stuff associated with my services. I got a couple of syndicated services, but I kind of gave up the voiceover thing because it was too much of a pain in the ass.
You'd just rather put it all together.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like reading crappy copy.
Oh yeah. But you get some of these markets and they make. And did you ever be like, oh, listen, I can't read this. This is ridiculous.
Well, it was when I was I got into TV. I was doing The Voice. I was on The Voice, like I was on Headline News for a little bit, and like WGN America, and
that's where the big money is.
Well, you would think, but man, when 6 or 7 producers can all email you at the same time, wanting something turned around in a hurry, it's like I got all this production to do though. So it's like I like doing production. I hate doing voiceover, so I gave it up. But
you've been doing it out of your own place since I think again like you said since 2004.
Oh yeah.
And Flounder, you went to San Diego, right?
Yeah, with iHeart, and I've been working independent from them since. Well, I was part time, but I started working from home in 2012.
Really?
Yeah.
And are you like a production guy too, Flounder Productions?
Yeah, we do production vault rock, classic rock.
I got a Flounder production. You ready for this one?
Yo, what's up? This is Ty J. Armstrong from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And you're listening to my main man, Bubba. Did I mention I'm Ty J. Armstrong? Damn, I'm the Mac. Better recognize. I got bitches and Benzes and wave runners, clocking hoes and stacking dollars. And, oh yeah, you're listening to my man, Bubba. I mentioned the Benzes and that Hummer and all my gold. Yeah, right. This is the Bubba Radio Network. I'm Ty J. Armstrong, and you're not, bitch.
And Ty J listens all the time still.
He almost kicked my ass in your club one night.
Both.
Oh yeah.
Both of you guys had. I don't know if it was it was cool or not, but were there during most of my nighttime madness. Eric, what year did you get there?
Man, I can't even remember. My memory is gone, but it was something like 94, 95, somewhere in there. It was right before the Power Pig changed, formats over to like a mainstream CHR.
Right.
Power 93 or something.
Yeah. And it was, so I had a little bit of Power Pig, and then it was mostly, CHR 93.3 and 970 were my.
Were you ever? But your studio was kind of back there by where I did all my things, and I think that maybe you witnessed a lot of my nonsense at night.
Well, it was interesting. The first night I was in the station, I remember I was working late. It was like I hadn't been there more than a day or two, and I had to go into the air studio for the first time, I think. And I go into the air because I had to grab something out of there. I don't remember what it was.
Like a card or something.
I walk into this is the first experience in the FLZ air studio. I walk in, there's what seemed like 20 people in there, a naked chick, several girls in bikinis, and Deion Sanders. And I'm like, man, what did I get myself into here? This could be interesting.
Oh yeah, I can remember one time I'm doing a No Panties Thursday or something like that, and growing up in Indiana. And I think, Eric, did you grow up like in the Cincinnati, Indiana area?
No, I came from Cincinnati to down here, but I was just working there. I'm from Kansas City originally, City, Missouri.
I'm a Midwestern kind of guy, and Pete Rose is like, God.
Oh, yes.
Pete Rose. So I'm on the air one day, No Panties Thursday. I don't know if Flounder's in there or not. Next thing I know, and I got the banner over the window, which means everybody needs to leave me alone because I got some chicks in there. Next thing you know, I go to break, and Guido comes up to me and goes, hey, Pete Rose wants to know if he can sit in the corner and watch some of this but not go on the air. And I go, you mean like the baseball player Pete Rose? And he goes, I walk in, and he goes, hey, Pete. Hey, Bubba, it's Pete Rose. I go, hey, Pete Rose, it's Bubba. Well, yeah, you can sit right there in the corner. We had a lot of people over the years that would sit in the corner and not want to be identified.
I brought Jeb Bush in there once.
Remember that?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I got a picture of Jeb Bush in there, and we were trying to throw gang signals up. Remember Flounder?
He was. I know. He was down. He was on
corner
FLM.
quietly.
Yeah, they would just because back in the day, Eric, if you didn't tell, there was no visual aspect of it. So if you didn't say that somebody was not there, then they weren't there. Like Warren Sapp and all the ball players would come in and just stay in the corner because we were the only form of social media around back then. Mm-hmm. What we were doing on the air was what was cool in town. There was no Facebook or Instagram. It was what's Bubba doing? How many hookers does Bubba have on the show?
So they would sit in the corner and sort of pleasure themselves, I guess.
Oh, look at this. The time that Jeb Bush did a radio segment between Lesbian Tuesday and No Panties Thursday.
Because he was out campaigning or something. He was on FLA. We brought him down. There you go.
Yeah, it was 1997. It says.
Yeah. Sumo, a lot of times Flounder would be my little hook guy. They'd get somebody down to FLA, and Flounder would go, "Hey, do you want to go on a real fun radio show too?" and
Is that how it sounds?
And he wasn't supposed to be saying any of that. Sue Tricas would have flipped out, like you know that.
Yeah, she would.
In between playing Tetris and smoking 3 packs of cigarettes.
Yeah.
I think she has the all-time highest Tetris score of all times. Does she not?
She's got to. Yeah.
Does she still with the company, Sue?
No, she's. Wasn't she working with Schnitt over at his new station?
Oh, is she?
I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, good. Well, good for. I mean, that's a match made in heaven right there. So, Flounder, you were around our nonsense probably a little bit more than Eric, and most people don't even believe our stories. Like they're like, there's no way that you were allowed to have that many guests in the studio, and there was no way that you could,
all the strippers, all just the regular chicks that would show up, all the pro wrestlers that would show up, all the football players.
Remember the front door? It was a nonstop. The FLA hated me because
the intercom went into the AM control room.
Right.
So we had to bring everybody in.
Who's the rookie with the phone deal? Is that you, Brad James?
Yeah, sorry.
Are you kidding me? The guy that's the oldest seasoned veteran around here.
Sorry.
What a rookie move.
Hey, we should ask Brad James too. That since he's in here, are they going to cut us off at 9:59 or whatever?
Yeah. You got to cut
us off. Are we going to go long
today?
Because Brad's here.
Network calls.
What's that?
The network calls. I can't help it.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right. Whatever,
right.
Brad. Whatever. Piece of crap. Hate you.
He's laughing.
Eric, now that you're now that I know you're local, I think I've known you're local. We should. I mean, you should. Not that I'm trying to invite myself into your world, but I'd love to do some stuff with you.
Oh, absolutely, man.
But I mean, I don't. I probably don't have the money like most of those big, like CBS and Netflix and all the other people that probably pay you.
Well, everything's dedicated to these to keeping these syndicated services going. It's a man.
What do you
Flounder
got?
knows it's a treadmill that you
we
gotta.
We work for competing services, but we're both syndicated by Premiere.
All right, so as your Eric? If I was to research, it's like is it Eric Chase Productions? What is it?
No, it's called Chase Cuts. I got 2 services, one for CHR and one for country stations. So they're all over 2 formats, but it's like you got to feed the beast every day. And I have some freelancers working for me, but just the administrative stuff becomes overwhelming.
Let's begin.
Oh, yeah. Am I going to get a copyright violation even though I got the guy right here listening to it with me?
I have no idea.
Now we're getting ready for the thrilling part.
This is your CHR demo.
Is it? I don't recall that at all.
Soon we'll be blasting off on man's greatest adventure.
It's the Chase Cuts.
That's Chase Cuts, isn't it, right there?
The HR demo.
Alexa, what's this weird-looking thing on my back?
I think that might be a demon. I will make you an appointment with a qualified exorcist.
Thank you.
In the meantime, here are some more totally free hits.
Atlanta's new hit music station.
See, Eric Chase is a guy that does all this craziness right here. BJ swears he's the greatest of all times. I was one time with BJ. BJ was a little tuned up. And he was
really not BJ.
BJ was a little tuned up, and BJ goes, "I'm telling you right now, all I need is my radio, my music ability, and Chase's production, and I'll get this station fixed." He was trying to talk to some station, sell him into like some kind of consultancy deal, and I can remember him specifically saying all he needed was a little bit of his music knowledge and a lot of Eric Chase's nonsense. And
I had that exact conversation with BJ about like a week ago. He's still having that. He's still having the same conversation.
Well, yeah, he's still. Yeah. I mean, I will tell you this, man. BJ is a great programmer, though.
Oh yeah.
BJ is a great programmer. Look at the programmers we worked for. I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about anybody, but there's no more programmers like that.
We were really lucky to have like Gabe Hobbs.
No, think about this. We had Dave Reinhardt as our general manager. We had Randy Michaels as our president. We had Tom Owens as the senior VP guy. We had Chase, who's Mark Chase, the greatest of all time. We had BJ. We had Booger. We had Gabe Hobbs. God, we were so no wonder we killed everybody. Everybody else, nobody can even handle that.
Yeah, Tom Owens was the guy who hired me initially. I was just a musician who had no, knowledge of anything, and I came in and he hired me in Cincinnati. And then he was the guy who got promoted up the ladder, and sort of a lot of us got pulled up through the corporate ranks with him almost.
This is my Tom Owens impersonation. Yeah. Hey buddy, can you tell me why there's a strip tape on all and called "Let Your Chia Run Wild" running on the board of directors of J-Corps now are asking me about? I had a bunch of chicks come to the studio and I made a porno. Well, you might want to try to get a hold of the stores that are selling that and get that taken off the shelves immediately. I'm going to be in town next week. I need a girl to go to the Price is Right with me.
Tom was a twisted dude, though, man.
He was twisted, Eric. You don't even know.
Dude. He had a drawer full of some of the weirdest porn you've ever seen.
Tom was twisted. Ooh. You have no idea. I don't know if you know how twisted he was. Oh.
That's
but Randy's twisted too. They all were twisted.
When I got to Tampa, there was beer in the soda machine.
Oh yeah, of course.
I think that didn't last long. But,
we had a community pipe down the AM control room.
Right. I didn't even get high back then. Imagine, Flounder, can you imagine how much cooler I would have been if I would have gotten high? I was cool as hell, just fat and sassy if I would have gotten high.
Yeah, you were hard to handle as it was.
I was hard to handle sober.
Flounder, yeah, you were a lot bigger back then too. Good for you for getting in shape.
So, but Flounder, did people hate me there? Like you guys are all former power pickers. So I want you to be honest. Like, did they hate me there because I got special treatment, or did they just know that I was the pimp?
No, you got the numbers, so of course they're gonna kiss your ass.
Yeah,
worth it. But no one hated you.
That's the question.
Way to go, Flounder, you politician. Answer the question.
No, nobody hated you.
Oh, right.
I didn't get
now
that
he's a
sense at
liar.
all. I mean, for me, coming in cold at not knowing anybody, it seemed like you had your own little sort of hermetically sealed world,
I did.
and nobody could get in or out.
Well, there was two rules. There were the rules for everybody else and the rules for me, and that's what caused a lot of my issues. Dave Mann and those guys would be mad as hell because I'd have 15 people in. You weren't supposed to have any visitors at night, and I had as many as I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd be getting oral in BJ's office, and then it'd just be getting.
And then Schnitt would be mad the next morning because you broke his chair.
Yeah. Well, he was mad and because I was killing him in the ratings, and because Schnitt was most mad because he came to this radio station, and the station was built around the night guy, because the night guy was the star of the station. And that's an anomaly. Usually
that's not how it works.
That's not usually how it works. That's just not how it works. But that's how it just kind of went down at the Power Pig. Well, he couldn't scratch my star surface, and he's been my bitch ever since. I mean, he's the one that got up on the stage and act like a little sniveling bitch, saying things like this.
I know there's no amount of damages that will compensate me, my wife, my family. For what we experienced and the lies that were told about us, the damage to our reputation. But I think the jury should award damages that will enable us to believe that we did all we could possible. To clear our good names, restore our reputation, and prevent Mr. Clem from doing this to anybody else in the future.
Sit down and shut up, you little midge. Anyway, man, Flounder, I'd love to have you guys where we can talk like men and not be confined.
Yeah, they need to come in during an after show.
Yeah, come during an after show. How long are you in town for, Flounder?
Till next week, but I usually come back for like a month at a time, so I'll let you know next time.
And Eric, I'd like to get your information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we could, hang
let's
out.
Stay in touch.
Do you hang out with Woody?
Woody.
Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Woody. You hang out with Woody every once in a while?
Actually, I'm going to have Woody over to do some voiceover stuff.
You are?
Yeah, we're going to get together.
Perfect. The Blummel After Show coming up next. Eric Chase, God, it was so good to see you.
Same here, man.
And you as well, Flounder.
Flapping Gaps at noon.
Is your sister still hot as hell, Flounder?
She was asking about you, actually.
No, for real?
Damn.
No, not really.